And we're now recording live. So this is my disclaimer where I tell you that we are recording this Zoom meeting for training and quality assurance and content purposes. So be aware, I'll drop the message in the chat to let everyone know that too. And we're going to jump right into it. Lots to cover with this Chime IDX website. So I want to try to get as much in as I can in the hour that we have with your valuable time here. Just writing a note in the chat. Please note, this is being recorded. Okay, welcome everyone. I am Steve-O, the marketing guy. Most of you are, this is designed for Broker Nation real estate agents. If you're not with Broker Nation, let me know if you have Chime or not, because this is for the kind of prerequisite for this is to have the Chime CRM and IDX website platform. We use it at Broker Nation. I like it, I love it, I help pick it as part of our technology stack, and it works really well. It's easy to use, very powerful. It gives you really your own mini Zillow that you can drive traffic to and give them the same type of experience that they would get on Zillow. Go and search for properties. The same experience they get on the MLS. Go here and search for properties instead of the MLS, instead of Zillow, instead of Realtor.com. So that's the idea. Plus, you can layer in all these other things that you can do on a website, like build community pages and have all of your content, video, blogging, neighborhoods, all kinds of interesting graphs and charts that position you as an expert. And it's all branded. It's all under your domain, you know, yourrealestate.com, whatever the .com is. So that's the idea here. I'm going to start sharing my screen and we're going to jump right into it. If any of you do not have Chime, drop me a message in the chat and let me know. And let me know what you are using. Maybe I can give you my perspective on that. Okay, share screen. Okay, so you guys see my screen, right? Let me just move a few things around so that I have my chat up. If you guys have any questions, you can ask me, and I will monitor that as we go along. Let's see here. Chat. Oops. Okay, bear with me guys. I'm just arranging my screens here so I can see you all, and I can make sure that if you have any questions and they're in the chat, that I can answer them as we're going along here. Okay, welcome. I'm going to get right into it. Here's our Chime. You guys that have this, Monica, right, you're using this, and Jane, you have this already, and you know that this is the Chime, what it looks like in the main dashboard here. This is what it should look like when you get all your leads in there and you got new leads coming in, or the leads that you dumped from your iPhone and your Gmail. And this little paper airplane right here is where you're going to go to do your landing pages that we talked about last time. Okay, so this actually relates to the website, but what we're really going to get into is this 4 square thing right here. You click on that and you're going to get, now I have everybody, I'm the team leader for this, but you're going to have just your website there. You click on the domain and you're going to get this, right? So this is the editor for your Chime, website. Now, we talked about the first thing that you're going to do here. You can click here on this blue button and go to edit website, or it's the same thing as going here to the page editor. And if you go here, you're going to get a preview of the page that you're on right now, which of course is the home page, which is where you start. But I wanted to show you a couple other things to get started. If you click on the gear right here, this is where you do the favicon. The favicon is this thing right up here. Let me show you what the favicon is. That's my favicon, and watch my website right here. You see this thing right up here? Right there? That's the favicon, okay? So if you get a square that's 40 pixels by 40 pixels and drop that in there, it's going to show up in the little tab right there. You see the M is there for the Chime thing. But when I did my website, which in this case is brokernation.net, you see I got that custom one there. So that's how you get that right there. The country, pretty straightforward. You should just go through this gear and make sure that you're all set up in here if you haven't already. Make sure you got the address for the brokerage. You are the creator, so this should be you with your picture here. That's important that you put your picture there because all the leads, all the emails, all the contact forms, it's all going to pick that up. So make sure you get a nice headshot there.
Sorry, I didn't see that favicon. When you were pointing up at the top, there says live on Facebook. Maybe it's covering it up. I'm not sure.
Let me see if I can pull it down here and show you. Let me see. Do you see it right now? It's right under the word team. I positioned it so it's right under the word team.
Yeah,
and
nice.
That icon right there next to real estate, that's called a favicon. It's like your fave as in favorite.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So and favicon right there, that's where you upload it. Okay, so creator, you are the creator. Put your headshot in there and put all your information, your phone number and everything. This is what shows up throughout the site. Hi, Rob. And everywhere that hi Alex, thanks for joining. And everywhere that you have any kind of contact information or anything like that, it's pulling from here. So make sure you fill this out with all your stuff. You can see I put the YouTube, the Yelp, the Twitter, the Facebook, the LinkedIn, the Zillow. I put everything in here. It's connecting to my Zillow, so that's where it's pulling in my reviews from. It's got a short introduction, a self-introduction. I filled all that out. Okay, so make sure you do that. An agent here is where you're going to put in all your team people. Now I put almost the entire brokerage here because I'm the team leader and I administrate this larger website. But what you're going to put here is really other agents that you might want to feature as your team member. And some of you that I work with have formed teams, some large, some small. This is where you're going to go and add them. Social media networks, again, you're going to add your social media, whatever social media networks you want here. And then you're pretty much set. There's some integrations down here for Google Analytics and Google Tag Manager. We always talk about the Facebook pixel. That's where you put that in right there. I think I put it in a different place, but you can put it in right there. You can connect things like the Google Search Console. If you don't know what that is, I'm going to get into that maybe in another time when we talk about our SEO. But you can connect the Google Analytics and all the Google tools directly through the back end here. So there's some pretty good tools. And so that's the gear. That's sort of the housekeeping stuff that you're going to do in the beginning is click on the gear right there and go to your settings. Okay, but let's get into the fun stuff. And the fun stuff is really right here, all your pages. Okay, I'm going to hide this again, and I just clicked on this icon right here. Let's just review these real quick in the left sidebar. The top one just brings you back to this sort of the dashboard page, the main page. There's not much to get to here. This is just sort of a home base. The one you're going to be using mostly is this one right here, the page editor, the second one down. And if you hover over it, you'll see it says page editor. And this is what lets you edit each page of your website, page by page by page. You can navigate to it. So the way to navigate to that is to click right here on pages. Now notice it's hidden. This messed me up when I first got this new interface, but because it's hidden, you're not going to be able to find it unless you hover over it right there and then click on pages. And then when you do, you're going to get the full stack of all the pages that are in your website. And this top part is basically reflecting the same thing that you see across the navigation part here, right? So you got your home page, home first, there's home, and listings, there's listings over here. Underneath listings is going to be all these are the drop downs underneath listings, then selling, then neighborhoods, and there's all these drop downs under the neighborhoods that are right there. So you understand this is going from left to right here and from top to bottom here. These are reflecting the same thing. Then you have some hidden navigation. You have some pages that are behind here that maybe are hidden, that aren't live, that you can make them live, need to be published, something like that. And these are pages that are in the back end of your website, but do not show up in the navigation here. So that's what hidden navigation means. So I like to always start with the home page and then show you guys, and I'm going to go through this quick because I think most of you guys, Jane, Monica, Rob, and Alex, we've already talked about how to do this, how to change the hero shot on your home page. But this is one of the most effective ways. Hold on, I'm just rearranging a couple things here to see some of you guys. To rearrange the home page to make it look different than the template, different than everybody else's. So the main thing that you should do is, I'm on my home page. Again, I'm clicking here to get to that. And these pages are built with blocks. Let me just take a step back before we go and change the home page to explain that what you're looking at is a sort of empty page that is filled with blocks that are, think of it like a horizontal stack of pancakes. And you can move the pancakes up and down in the stack. Okay, and you got French toast on top of a blueberry pancake, on top of an apple pancake, on top of a plain pancake. And you can move them up and down. And that's what this slider is for right here, the thing with the three lines in it. This lets you slide each one of these blocks up and down vertically in the layer stack, okay? So if I want my featured areas to be above my solds, I would move this up here. And you see now my featured areas are above my sold listings, okay? So you can rearrange them that way. Okay, any questions, drop them in the chat. Oh, Jane, am I making you hungry with the pancake talk? Sorry about that, it's funny. Okay, so yes, pancakes, blocks that are horizontal and they go side to side, you move them up and down in the stack. I just showed you how I moved one. Now, how do you edit a block in the stack? You do it with this little pencil icon. Each block in this interface has a little pencil icon. And these are, you're looking for these icons in the upper right-hand corner of each block. So there's really only 3 icons here. One of them lets you move, grab it and move it. One of them lets you edit what's in the block, and the other one lets you delete the actual block. So you can see it's a little trash can icon. So of course I'm not going to do that. I want to edit the block. So I'm going to click on the pencil. And I'm going to go over here. Now this changed. You see this left sidebar changed. And now I have some very interesting ways that I can change this. So let's start with the background of the picture there. Now let's say I want to add some pictures or change some pictures. You see right here, these are the pictures that I put in there. Okay, there's one picture. And I actually I think I uploaded it, or maybe I used that's the URL from when I uploaded it. I'm going to cancel that. This was another one. Click on the pencil there. I made that. I took a screen capture of a Google map and then I put a little glow on it. And I made that. So just to show you that you can make your own graphics, or you can just use that's a stock graphic that I think came with Chime. And this was, I think, another map that I took and I made a little glow there and highlighted that area that I wanted to show off. There's lots of ways I could do this. I used Photoshop because I'm good at Photoshop, but most of you probably aren't. You can just do a screen capture or a grab, or you can use a stock photo site like Pexels, P-E-X-E-L-S, Pexels.com, or Unsplash are 2 of my favorites. If somebody can put that in the chat for everyone, that would be great. Unsplash.com or Pexels.com for free stock photos. Okay, or you can pay for them, or go out there and find some photos that are royalty free. You want to make sure you use royalty free photos. Okay, so that's photos. You can add one photo, or you can add a slideshow of multiple photos. So I chose to use a slideshow. So you see right here, these are your 3 choices. A single image you can put behind there. Like maybe I want to use one of the images I just had. I can use a slideshow, which is what I was doing there, or I can use a video. Now, the best way to do a video is to upload a video to YouTube. So I went out and found this video of a loop of all the traffic going across the bridge here in Miami. And that's the YouTube link right there to the video. So if you go and look at that in a browser, you'll see what I did. That's just a YouTube video. That's my YouTube video right there. Okay. And I took that, and that's a 10-second loop. You see right there, it's a 10-second loop on the bottom, 10 seconds. And then it loops it. Okay, so that's how to do video. There's some edits here. You can change the background size. I used full screen. You can do an exact height and make it, not full screen, make it only 600 pixels or 400 pixels or something like that. But most of you probably want to make it full screen. That's kind of pretty common nowadays. Content. Let's look at content. Let's say I want to change what this says right here. Browse Miami real estate by neighborhoods. Let's say I want to say Miami real estate is hot. Browse neighborhoods now. Okay, I think I ran out of characters there. You got a limited number of characters. Yeah, I have 50 characters and I used all 50. That's exactly 50 characters. You see it right there? Right there. I was trying to put a period and it wouldn't let me because it's limiting me to 50 characters. Okay, so that's that. And then to change the thing underneath, now is the time to buy, sell, invest in Miami. That is right there. It's underneath. So this is called the heading. This is called the subheading. I'm going to use text, but you could also use images to put there. And then here, this gives you a choice of making it top, left, right, top, bottom, something like that. So there's a lot you can do with this. Okay, I'm going to, now if I want this to be live on the website, I have to hit the word publish up here, the publish button. I go publish right there. And now to see what it looks like, I can hit the globe right here, and that's going to show a live version of my website. And there it is. Okay. Now, there's one more thing I want to just mention really quick, you guys. Right down here, you see this? This is a thing right now. There are some attorneys I hear that are going around just looking for real estate websites that are not in compliance with the ADA, the American Disabilities Act from the 60s, I forget the year. But it includes websites now. So especially since COVID, it might be, that law firms might go around and look for ramps, in front of buildings and make sure they're ADA compliant. Now they're doing it online with websites. So you got to make sure that you install a accessibility widget. This is what mine looks like, and you see what it does. It's for people that are hard of hearing, people that don't see so well, makes the text bigger, adjusts the text spacing and things like that. This is a free widget that we get with Chime, and where I got it was userway.org. That's where you go to get it. Hi, Kamal. Userway.org. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to go to userway.org. If somebody can drop that in the chat too to help me out, that would be great. And you're going to get your free widget. Okay, start free trial. You're going to click right here. No, it's not even that. What is it? It's get a free widget. Yeah, you're going to, I think what I did was I signed in. So you go and sign in, and the widget is free. They have different pricing, but you're just going to use the free one, okay? And when you do that, you're going to get your widget. You're going to go and install it by going to a very specific web page. Excuse me, putting a very specific code into the website. I did it right here. I'm going to show you. It was on the gear. I went down to Tools, Custom Script, and that right there is my script to put that in there. Where did I get that script? I got it from userway.org. Excuse me, I did not get that from userway.org. I correct myself. I got this from userway.org. That's right there. You see that? That's what I got from userway.org. What I got from, I'm going to show you something here. I got too many screens here. But what I wanted to show you was that I got this from a I'm going to show you where I got it from, right here. You're going to go to the question mark right here. You're going to go to Help Center. And right here, you're going to type ADA. Okay, and this is going to show you right here, ADA compliance. You're going to scroll down here. And they got a whole bunch of explanation on what to do with this. But basically, you're going to take this code right here. Where is it? This code right here. It's all the way down the page. I don't know why they made it so long. You can go and read all this, but I'm giving you the hint right here. All you really got to do is type in that ADA, go about 3/4 of the way down the page, and grab this code right there. Right there. And then from the userway.org, you're going to grab that code right there and substitute it right there. Okay, that code right there that I have highlighted is unique to me. I had to go and sign up, and that's tracking back to me. That makes sure I'm in compliance, and that's a unique identifier. Okay, but the rest of this code right here, where did I get that from? I got it right here. And again, I got that by going to basically just to the Help Center, the knowledge base in Chime. You can access it by clicking on the little question mark in the upper right hand corner, and I just typed in ADA right here. Okay, ADA, American Disabilities Act. Okay, moving on. I'm going to go back to my other screen. Hold on, let me get my... Let's see, where was my screen with my website? Here it is. I got too many windows open, hold on. Okay, well, I'm just going to open another one. Okay, back to my website here. Okay, any questions about the ADA? It's userway.org. That's where you go to find that, okay? Now, my screen will just refresh here. We'll get back to the good stuff. Okay, so back to our pages. We're on our home page. We just talked about how to change this main hero shot right here. By the way, there's also some different styles for, let me show you right here. There's some different styles for this search sheet right here too. You can change that. You're not limited to just that. See where it says search section right here? There's this one right here. It's a little simpler. There's just a button. You see it's changing it over here. You can have none at all. Or me, I like this one right here. And then right here, you can edit property type. You see what it's doing there? It's adding that, the price, the beds, the baths. I can make it simpler by taking out the beds and baths and just make it about price and property type and put that in. So not bad, right? Some pretty good control that you have over this thing. And remember, any of the changes you make, you hit the blue button in the upper right-hand corner to publish it, okay? So let's move on and let's go down this page and talk about the next thing I want to talk about, which is the listing filters. Now, the second thing I have here, if you look at my website, I'm going to change this back to my sliders from my video. Remember, that was right here. And I'm going to go back to my slideshow. I'm going to publish it. And now my slideshow is live instead of my video, my looping video. The second thing in my website is, I'm going to show you guys what the website itself looks like. This is what it looks like. Okay. So I have this slider at the top. And then secondly, I have this block of listings that are either my listings, listings in the brokerage. Now what I did was, Armando called me up, our broker, and he said, Steve, it's our main site. I want to show, it had his listings on there. He says, I don't want to show my listings. I want to show the brokerage listings. Can you do that? I said, yes. He said, can you show the most expensive listings first and then sort by that? I said, yes, no problem. So let me show you how I did that. It's just a few clicks. So I went right here. So this is a block. Remember our blocks. And I clicked on the pencil icon. And it's a custom listings filter. So you click right here. And this is what you get. You click the pencil. And it's a custom listings filter that's priced from high to low. So that's first off. I want to go high to low. So I can sort by relevance, latest listings, low to high, high to low, the year built, something like that. I wanted the most expensive listings in the brokerage to show first. And it turns out that's from one of our agents, Anna Birchill. Congratulations, Anna. Okay. So then I went group one, office name, broker nation. And this is pulling from the MLS data, remember. So what I did was I typed in, right here, I typed in broker nation. And it turned out there were multiple iterations of broker nation. There was broker nation by itself. There was broker nation Coral Springs, broker nation real estate, broker nation Doral. I think I selected broker nation and broker nation real estate to start. Oh, it looks like I selected Doral too. Okay, I'll just do it again so you can see it, duplicated it. You see that? And now this is pulling all the listings from the MLS that are tagged from that office. Okay. And then secondly, because I wanted those to show up first and I wanted the Coral Springs locations to show up second. Sorry, Coral Springs, our widowed stepchild. You guys are on the back of the list. And I made a second group and I typed in Broker Nation Coral Springs and had them show up first. So what you're looking at is all of the listings from our brokerage. There's like a couple of hundred of them, something like that. And they're all sorted high to low. And I have it set to show, I think, 5 listings on that homepage in that particular block, okay? Any questions on that? This was actually pretty simple. If this looks complicated, it's not. Oh, you see right here, it's pulling 156 listings from these 2 brokerages from our North Miami and our Doral location. And if I want to see the results ahead of time before what it looks like, this is what it looks like. These are all the ones, okay? So you see this is a couple of $4 million listings in Sunny Isles. And then it goes down from there, from top to bottom, high to low, okay? I'm going to cancel that, but that's how I got this group right here. Now, let's say I wanted more listings than just 5. Let's say I wanted 6, 7, 8. You see what I'm doing right here? Right over here? Maybe I want 8 listings. Maybe I want 6 or 10. Okay? Then it's going to show more. You see it's got more there. What's it go up to? I think it goes up to 10. No, it goes higher. 12, 14, 15. Okay. I'm going to go back to my 5. I like my 5 because I don't want to overwhelm it with too much. I got a lot of listings on this home page, so I don't want too many. Okay. So that's my featured listings block. Okay. Any questions? Drop them in the chat. So let's scroll down. The next block I have And I can reorder these, remember, in any order I want, but I have a home evaluation report. This is a lead generator for seller leads. Okay, this is a tried and true. So to edit this, I can edit the background image. I can edit what it looks like on desktop versus what it looks like on mobile. I can edit the height. If I make this 600, just to show you what it's going to look like, it's going to be taller. Okay, see what it looks like? It made it taller. I'm going to go back to 320. So that's how I edited that. I can add some spacing before it like that to get it, so it doesn't just butt right up against it. Separate it a little bit. I think for whatever reason, I liked it butted right up like that. And there's some other things. This is where I go to change, what it says in there. That's my headline. This is my description or the small text underneath it. That's where I would change all that stuff. That's my button, get home report. I see get home value now. Change it to that. Okay. And this is where it's going to go. It's going to go to my evaluation page. Okay. If any changes I want to make, like changing that button right there, I got to click publish to make it live. Okay. Any questions about that? I'm going to move on. This is a team block. This was real easy to do. I just dragged this and this was already in there already. This is where I change the team. I could change this to our, right here to our team. Okay, and this, I can change the order here in a stack. If I want Alex to be first, if I want Jane to be first, let's pull Jane up there. Okay. Shout out to Jane. There you go. You're first. You're what, third in the stack there, Jane? Something like that. So we can order the stack of how these are. I want to change it. Click the publish button. Okay. So that's the team module. Now, you might be wondering at this point, how do I get more blocks on this page? I get how to delete them. I just click the trash can there, but how do I add more blocks onto this page? Okay, I'm glad you asked. And the answer is right here, blocks. Okay, so the top one is going to be pages. This one's going to be style. This is really the style for the entire website. This is where you're going to select from 4 different templates. This is the default template that I have for most of us. But there's some other templates that you can use, and this is where you would edit your color palette. I use the colors from our logo, but you can use whatever colors you like. But what I really wanted to show you was that's the page editor we just went through. That's the style editor we just looked at for the whole site. But the block library right here, it's not underneath there. It's the little plus sign. If you click the block library, it's going to pop up another sidebar here to the left. And in there is each one of these things here where my cursor is going over on the left side here is a bunch of blocks from a block library that you can take and add to this page. So let's say I want to add a calculator. Let's say I'm on a page that, and I don't know, the home page is the best place for this, but on a landing page of some sort, I want to take a calculator and I want to add it to my page. Just click on it, click on the one I want. I got 3 styles of calculator, by the way. They all kind of do the same thing, but they're giving me 3 different styles for it. I'm going to take this style that I like, and I'm going to take and drag it right there. Give it a second, it's loading, and it just added a calculator on the page. Pretty cool, right? I think so. Click on the pencil. It's butted right up there. I want to add a little space. Go down here, add spacing before this block, add spacing after this block. I can edit what this says. Mortgage calculator, calculate my mortgage. Payment. All right, so I can change what it says right there. You get the idea. And that's how you add blocks to the page. I'm going to delete that. And then to delete it, just hit the trash can there. Are you sure you want to delete this? Yes. Okay. Any questions about that? Drop it in the chat. I don't see any questions yet in the chat. Thanks, Monica, for adding userway.org. That's where you go to get your accessibility widget reminder on that. So block library, hugely powerful. I love this. This is a new thing they just added about 6 months ago. They didn't have this before, but this is where you get all kinds of cool ready-made blocks that you can take and drag onto your page, any page on the site. Reviews, I already have some reviews further down the page, right? I think I had them somewhere. Maybe they're not on the home page. Okay, let's say I want to add reviews to my home page. I'm going to go to my reviews block in the block library, and I have several styles here. Okay, and let's say I want to add this style right here. Drag it right there. Give it a second. Oh, I got to configure it. No problem. Go here. It doesn't know what to pull from. I'm going to pull it from my Zillow, and there you go. Pretty cool, right? A couple of clicks, and I got a reviews thing in there, a reviews widget in there. A reviews block is what I should say. And if I want to change the background image, of course, this is where I would change it, right? Go and upload whatever image that I want there. All right. Want to add a little space before it right here, add spacing before the block, add spacing after the block, do that down there. Okay. Change what the title says. Reviews, that shows up there. Okay. Any questions? Drop them in the chat. I'm going to hit the trash can and delete it and move on to some other blocks. Going to show you a couple other blocks that are cool here, and we're going to drag them and I'm going to show you what they look like on another page. All right. Search bar. Okay, this is a good one, maybe for the home page. It's pretty simple. It's just one of these. You guys have all seen these on some other pages. We already have a search bar up here, though. Okay, it added it right there. So you could put these, you could sprinkle these throughout your site. Let them give them a search bar so that no matter where they are, they can go and search for listings from any page of your site. We kind of have one right there. But if I wanted to put it on another page, a blog page or a community page or another page, I could take and drag that right there. It's just that skinny, lean search bar that you can drag anywhere. Okay, any questions? Kamal, our resident SEO expert, by the way, thanks for joining, Kamal, is saying that he would suggest adding the calculator on every single page. Okay, good tip, Kamal. People like to find out what their payment will be. They will probably play with the calculator for a while and will keep them on the site longer, which is what search engines like. Okay, big tip. You guys got that? Kamal, by the way, is our resident search engine expert, so he knows what he's talking about. He's going to be our guest presenter I think next week or the week after. I'll let you guys know what the date is, and he's going to be talking just about SEO for real estate. So thanks for your input, Kamal. Put the mortgage calculator on every page of your site. Can't hurt. Good tip. It's a great interactive tool, and interactive tools drive engagement. Search engines love engagement. Okay, so let's go back here. I'm going to close this, and I'm going to show you guys a couple other pages on the site. So remember, you click in the upper left-hand corner, click on pages, and you get the pages that are in your website. So there's a couple other ones that I want to show you here. I want to show you what I love. One of the things I love is a community page. You guys, those of you that know me know that I love the community landing pages, the neighborhood pages. They work really well in search. They really work really good in paid advertising when you can drive traffic to it and they position you as an expert. And they're good for getting seller leads too. If you can position yourself, go hyper local and then position yourself as an expert. So you see, I put some neighborhoods up here. How did I make those neighborhoods? Okay, let's go to neighborhoods right here. I'm going to click on the gear icon, and I'm going to, and this is what you get. This is a little bit confusing because there's actually 3 different modules when I clicked on that gear icon. Again, neighborhoods, I'm looking at, this is what I want to edit right here. This is my live site, And you see right here all my neighborhoods: Surfside, Sunny Isles, Normandy Isles. How did I get those? I'm going to show you. Okay, neighborhoods over here in my page editor. Where's my neighborhoods? There it is. And under neighborhoods, I'm going to make a new one. This is a whole bunch of neighborhoods in one group, but I'm going to make a new one to show you. I'm going to go add page, and it's the neighborhoods detail page. That style of page. They give you a whole bunch of styles of pages: a team page, a contact page, an about page, mortgage calculator page, affordability calculator page, a blank page, a sell my home page, a listing page. You get the idea. So they start you with these templates. I'm going to start with the neighborhood detail page. Okay, and I can pick my style, so I can mix up the styles with these two. I'm going to choose this style right here with the map. I'm going to go next, and there's some basic settings here. The page name is going to pick up the neighborhood name. Kamala, I assume you like that. It's going to pick up the neighborhood name with dashes in between. It's good for SEO, and it's going to look something like this. And we're going to display that on desktop and mobile. There's a few SEO settings here, speaking of SEO, where you can set up the meta title, the keywords, the description, and you can do that dynamically by the neighborhood name, the creator name, that's you, the company name, that's the brokerage. And you can drop that in. So you can add, there's some, I think those are the only three variables you have there: neighborhood name, creator name, and company name that you can add there. Okay, but what I really wanted to show you was the neighborhood data. Now this is where you're going to add your neighborhoods. I click on the plus sign right here, and somebody want to throw out a neighborhood that we might want to focus on? How about El Portal? Okay, small, very small neighborhood. El Portal, Miami. El Portal, Miami, Florida. Okay, now this is really small, so there's not a lot of neighborhoods. I'm going to give another example and show you what it does with these neighborhoods. That's a very small neighborhood, so there's really the name of the city is the same as the neighborhoods. There's no like breakdown of smaller neighborhoods within that. But that's a great example of going hyper local. We could add that. I'll tell you what, let's add it. I'm going to select all of El Portal. I'm going to go next, and I'm going to add another neighborhood. Now let's add a bigger neighborhood. And anybody want to give me a neighborhood down there? I live in Broward, by the way, so you guys know the neighborhoods better than me. But what's another one? Midtown. Midtown Miami. Okay, that again is pretty small. I want to give you an example like Boca Raton, which I know because I live up here in Broward. If I do Boca Raton, Florida, this is really what I wanted to show you. Watch this. There's Boca Raton, Florida. Okay, it's not that big of a city, really. But look at all the neighborhoods in that city. Each one of these, Windsor Bay, Winding Lakes, Woodcrest, Woodfield Hunt Club, each one of these is a neighborhood in the city that I can select and go hyper local on, real small, okay? I don't know about you, but I think that's great. And this is, where does this data come from? The MLS. That's what's in the MLS, okay? In our case, the Miami Board. That's what the Miami Board has for neighborhoods in Boca. So I can select all of them right here, or I can select all of Boca and all the neighborhoods in Boca, or I can go in here and select just certain neighborhoods. Very small, hyper-local neighborhoods, and set myself up with community pages for those neighborhoods. So I just randomly picked, 4 of them here, and I'm going to click next. And you notice here that showed up in my list, okay? Wind Key, Whispering Woods, Woodhaven, and then there's my El Portal. Let's say El Portal is, well, I'm going to leave it in there for now just to show you what it looks like. I'm going to click Save. I'm going to publish it. And now here's my website. I didn't refresh yet, okay? So you guys see my list there? There's no El Portal in that list, right? Let's refresh it. There's El Portal. Where is it? I just saw it. There's El Portal. And then here's my Town Place Club Villas, El Portal, some of the other ones that I selected. I already had Keystone Point. What did I add? Okay, I added a couple more from Boca. Okay, and I click on it, and this is what my page looks like. Okay, that was the style that I had. Now, I can still go back and edit this page, which I think is cool, actually. And I do that by going here and, oh, it didn't show up in the list because I didn't take and drag it. This is still a hidden navigation, but this is my list of all of these neighborhoods here. Okay, El Portal, Woodhaven. I'm going to take this and I'm going to drag it up here, put it under neighborhoods right there. And excuse me, now it's going to show up there. I think I had that in the list already, so that El Portal. Okay, now I go back here. I edit my list, I refresh. And you see my list is longer. Now it's got all those other ones that were in there. See how much longer it is? My El Portal. I actually got 2 El Portals now. Why? Because I had them in both of those stacks of neighborhood pieces that I have. I had in both of these right here. Okay. If I click here, you're going to see El Portal in the neighborhood data right here. It's one of these. I'm guessing it has to. Yeah, there it is. So I might take that out. Delete that out of that list since I got it in the other, so it doesn't show up twice. Save it, publish it. Any questions about that? I don't want to go on too long, but I want you guys to know. Trinia, yes, send me another email. I apologize if you emailed me and I didn't email you back. Sometimes it gets lost in my spam or in my list of emails. But if I did promise anything to any of you guys, feel free to email me again or call me. And I'll email it to you like right while we're on the phone. I want to be responsive to you guys and give you exactly what you want. Apologies if the email doesn't work. Sometimes it does some weirdness with email now with the spam filters and everything. Okay, we got a question. Does the neighborhood drop down show only a certain number of neighborhoods or can it scroll down? It's a good question, Jane. I don't know of a limit, but you probably don't want that list to be too long by, as a best practice. I mean, you don't want this kind of going down off the page and I wouldn't recommend doing 40 of them here. If you're going to do that, I would put them in some kind of another page and let them cross-link to each other, that way. Kamal, if you have any thoughts about that from an SEO perspective, I'm always interested in your input. But from a user interface standpoint, it's not great to have too many of these things. It just gets unwieldy and just hard to navigate.
In that case, what I've seen that works best is if instead of neighborhood, they put the cities, and within the city of the page of that city, they will include the neighborhood for that city.
Yeah, I like that.
So more organized and you have links within the page.
And then make it drill down even further down into the neighborhoods within those cities. Okay, so you're creating a hierarchy. That kind of thing with a hierarchy, search engines love that, right, Kamal?
Exactly.
So if you can create some kind of a hierarchy with your site, with drilling down into neighborhoods from larger cities to smaller hamlets to small individual neighborhoods, great. Search engines love that. You'll rank better than your competitors. You'll get free traffic from Google search.
Now we will be talking about that next week, so.
Okay, excellent. Can't wait for that. I'm really looking forward to that, Kamal. Okay, another question from Jane. On the spacing between blocks, can you adjust the height of the space? No, you can't. They just give you, they don't give you that degree of detail. It's, I don't know, 60 pixels it looks like, or 100 pixels they give you, but no, you can't adjust that. Unless you were really, wanted to put a support ticket into Chime, I'm sure they could go in and adjust the code manually, but no, there's not anything in the back end to adjust that by pixel height. Okay, let's go back to our page editor here. So that's neighborhoods. Any more questions about neighborhoods? This is hugely powerful. You can create neighborhoods by very small individual neighborhoods, by bigger neighborhoods like cities or areas or hamlets or villages, or by big cities like, you know, the mega city of Miami, or the city of North Miami Beach, or the city of Bal Harbor, let's say, and everything in between. So you get a lot of control over these community-based, city-based, area-based hyperlocal pages that you can create on your website, drive traffic to it, and position yourself as an expert. Now, I wanted to show you too that on these pages, you can then edit some of the things that are on the pages too. And I'm going to, okay. So this is where you edit that intro paragraph, where you had, remember this part right here? That'll edit that part right there. Of course, you can say, you know, which agent is going to show over here, right here. So this could be Armando, or this could be anyone else on my team if I'm a team leader. You can set the background pick. And of course, you can edit. This is where you edit the tags, and you can edit the, you know, some more things on the page, like the videos that go in here. These are some generic videos, but you can bring in your videos, and you can slide these around. And you can, let me see here. I wanted to show you how to do that. I always get messed up on this. I might have to come back to this. There it is. No. That's still the home page. Okay. All right, I'm gonna have to come back to that. Let's move on to the About page. I asked my rep how to do that, and she showed me you're supposed to be able to click on this to get to the page, to be able to edit the blocks on the page is really what I was trying to get to. And for some reason now it's not working. I might have to put in a ticket and have them go in and fix that again. When you click on this, you're supposed to get the page showing up in the middle here. And that's how you go in and then go to edit the blocks. Okay, I'm going to move on to some other pages though. Let's look at the About Us page. Oh, I wanted to show you that each one of these drop-down menus right here at the top. Okay, this selling, you see the selling thing right here? If I click on the word selling, it doesn't actually go anywhere. I have to get to the drop-downs below it. So this word selling right here, that is right here. See it right here? Right there. And that is actually, they call it a folder. That's the folder right there. And under the folder is your drop-down menus, okay? So that, they call it a folder. In UI, UX, they call it, you know, different things. They call it a folder, but that's really the thing that holds the drop-down pages that are beneath it, okay? So that's where you would go and edit that. If I wanted to change that right here, sell my home, that's where I would go to change that. I click the publish button, and then I just wanted to show you that it changes. Click through the home, and you see it changed it right there, sell my home, okay? So that's where you'd go to change that. And then below that, sell my home, our pages. Here's a home evaluation page. What's my home worth? Any of those pages are editable, right? And now you know how. Click here to spin that open. Click the gear right there. Oh, excuse me. Click right there to show the page. Oh, it keeps showing my home page for some reason. Not going to the page. Okay, why? Might have to refresh. There we go. Okay, maybe that was a problem. I just needed to refresh. Let me go back to my neighborhoods. Okay, so my home evaluation page, any of the things here, this is where I click on the blocks to change what happens right here. And if I want to add some more blocks to the page, right here. Okay, so you see this block right here kind of came with the home evaluation module. I click on that, and all of this stuff down here came with that module. Okay, and by the way, I can edit my steps too. Sell with us, because it's a 3-step process that you go through here when they type that in. So each one of those steps I can edit and change what it says. I have some degree of control over what it says on that each step of the page or of the form submission. Okay, any questions about that? Drop it in the chat. And then if I want to add more blocks there, like let's say well, it's already a home evaluation, so I don't need another home evaluation, but maybe I want something like my partners block. I would take and, whoops, take and click on it here. No, I can't drag it straight from here. I got to drag it from this one right here. I would take it here and then drag it right here. And then this would be my partners block. And then to configure it, I got to click here and then add some partners. I don't have any partners in there right now, so there's nothing in there. Any questions on the blocks? Okay, it's almost 3:30, so I'm almost out of time, but you get the idea that what I really wanted to show you was the blocks, the block library, the fact that you have these pages that you can edit. You can drag blocks onto the page. You can shuffle them around in the order stack, the top to bottom vertical stack. You can shuffle them around. You can click the pencil to edit any of these. And the other thing is, the big deal is these listing filters. We didn't go into too much detail, but any one of these, like, let me click on, well, let me go back to neighborhoods and show you how to edit those neighborhoods. If you click here on the El Portal one, for example, okay, there's my neighborhoods. This is going to edit. This is an important distinction here. You notice that right here, I was just not refreshing the page. That's why, by the way, I couldn't click into that. But right here, under my neighborhoods, I have two different sort of groups or stacks of neighborhoods. I got my Bay Harbor Island stack, and I got my El Portal stack. Now, I can't edit like the way the blocks stack on each one of those individual pages in there, like all of these. I don't have control over each one of these 4 here, but for all these 4 that you see on the screen right here, Woodhaven, Woodfield, Winkey, I can edit those as a group like this. Take blocks and add blocks onto each one of those pages, okay? So if you want just an individual one that you control only that one community page, you got to make one individual kind of grouping there. So let's say I want to edit something like my featured listings. Okay, click right here. Click here for more. Browse our inventory of new listings. Control how many listings go on. I'm going to add 4, 5. Now it's going to show 5 of them there, maybe 6. Okay, you see it show up there. Change the style. Make it look a little different. And understand this is going to be doing this for all 4 of those neighborhoods they had in that grouping. Does that make sense? Okay, publish it. Now, so I can change the style, but I can also add more blocks to this community page. This is the part that I really love. So I can add a blog section there on that page. This is hugely powerful for SEO. Kamal's going to be talking about this. I can build a blog and then add blog posts about that neighborhood right here. I can add a call to action to go on here. I can add my add more calculators. There's a lot of calculators on here already, actually, but I can add more. I can add more featured areas to drill down more in that, or areas around it. I can add more featured listings. I don't think I want to do that because I already got a lot of listings on there. I don't want to make this thing too busy. And I can also take and drag the layer stack for this. So if I take this and drag this up here in the stack, okay, put my demographics. So understand, my point is that I can have a lot of control over editing this page, moving the blocks around in the layer stack on this page, adding new things from the block library onto this page, but it's going to do that for all 4 of those neighborhoods in that grouping. But I can go back here and I can add as many groupings right here, see right here, as I want over here, okay? It could be just one, it could be one neighborhood, or it could be all of, let's say, North Miami, and build my hierarchy like Kamal's going to talk about. Maybe I want to break them up into a hierarchy of, let's say, North Miami, and then do all the neighborhoods in North Miami. Maybe I want to do the North Barrier Islands and put in there what Bal Harbor, Surfside, Sunny Isles, North Bay Village. Would that be North Bay Village? Certainly Bay Harbor Islands. You know, those, and groups like 6 of them, and then make a grouping of those and make them all kind of like a set. Okay, does that make sense? A lot of control you can have over this with you guys, you guys, because you can't do this with Zillow. And Zillow is kind of everything. It's very, or prospects, your clients, and your audience, just an audience of people you didn't even meet yet, of what you want to be the expert of. So I don't know if you guys get that, but the point is that that's hugely powerful for your marketing and your branding, okay, to have control over your site like this. Any questions about that? Let's see. I don't see any new questions in the chat.
Steve, may I add something really quick?
Yes, please do.
Yes, the importance of having those under cities instead of neighborhoods is, for example, you added 4 neighborhoods right now in Boca.
Right.
Somebody in Miami doesn't know where that is.
Right.
Whereas if you were to put the cities, and then under the city, once they go to that page, they have all the neighborhoods, they will know that all the neighborhoods are in one city or a specific city.
Right.
It is more
Good
organized.
point. And
from New York,
you know, maybe I'm in New York. Maybe I'm thinking about getting out of Dodge with New York. The taxes are better. The weather's better. It's crowded. COVID taught me that,
you know, more neighborhoods than you have cities. So if you put a lot of neighborhoods, it becomes extremely busy. Let's put it this way.
So roll them up under the cities, you're saying, right?
Instead of having neighborhoods in that page, I would have cities. I will eliminate neighborhoods, and the neighborhood would be under those pages that you created for cities.
And by the way, I don't want to name any names. I don't see them on this chat right, or this one right now. But there's one, a few agents that I can think of that I know in our brokerage that have built out community pages for like 50, I think we counted 50 different community pages. And he still, from an old website he did, still gets traffic from those community pages that he built out. And now we're trying to work on moving him over to Chime because it's on an old site that was built, you know, a while ago. So those community pages are very, very powerful.
Make sure he creates a 301 redirect so he doesn't lose that in Google.
Some 301 redirects or something, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So any questions about any of that? We skipped over the listing filters a little bit, but these listing filters are hugely powerful. On mine, for example, I just wanted to show you, I can control my featured, this is really amounts to the featured listing, or all featured, or all listings of what I want people to see. So, I mean, listen, it's Miami, it's the board. There might be what, 10, 20, 50,000 listings in any given day. But a person isn't going to look at all of them. You want to serve up the ones that you want to put front and center, the ones that you have for your personal listings, your team, your brokerage, maybe your neighborhood, the ones in your neighborhood that you want to spotlight. This is where you would do that. So I created this. This is the back end of the brokernation.net, and this is why you see the listings that you see right here for featured areas and featured listings, and right here, listings right here, all listings. Okay, there's 5,800, and how do I determine which ones show here? With a listing filter. That's what these listing filters are for. So you have these in the MLS. You have these same listing filters that you can use on your website, on your Chime website. Hugely powerful. You can organize them by groups and stack the groups with a hierarchy of what's important, what shows first. And then you can add criteria like, show me all the listings for a particular agent, for our office, that means our brokerage, for an area, for days on market, for price change, all these different criteria. It's basically the same thing that you can do on the MLS. The idea is that Chime and these types of platforms try to give you the same tools on your own personal website instead of doing it on the MLS. Get off of the MLS. Don't send any more traffic to the MLS. You're going to send all the traffic here. This is the idea. You own this. It's branded under your domain. You want to capture all the traffic, and then once the traffic comes here, then you can see what's going on with the traffic in your back end right here in your activity stream. Right here, you can see what's going on. Here's my activity stream. All these people responded to my emails or opened my text or went on my website or something like that. You want to be able to see all of that, right? All the site traffic. All right. So really important that you think of this like your own personal Zillow and drive the traffic here instead of using the MLS tool instead. Your own personal Zillow, but also your own personal MLS. This is a branded version of the MLS just for you. Okay. Any questions about any of that? I don't see any new questions in the chat, so I'm assuming you guys all get this. It's a small group here today. I made it just small and tight just for us, Broker Nation agents mostly, with a few guests, of course. You guys are welcome. But most of you, I've worked directly with you on your websites. If you have any questions about this, Rob, you and I got to talk more. Jane, we've worked with your website a little bit. Philippe, thanks for joining. I don't think we've done anything with your website, but if any of you have any other questions about what you can't do on your website, Monica, I think I should give you, I gave you some congrats before. You were doing some things with your site and getting some traffic, I believe, right? So good for you. Any of you that don't, or that don't have Chime at all, and you like what you see, reach out to me. Go to join.brokernation.com. That's where you would go to join up and join our team, or just reach out to me. Steve@brokernation.net is my email, and we can talk about you coming in. We get to know each other, and maybe you can join the team. Okay. Any other questions from you guys? We're just past our time of 3:30. So if there's no other questions, I'm going to knock off. Is there anything that you guys want to see on here that you're struggling with your own personal sites that I didn't cover? Nothing. I'm going to take that to mean that you guys are all good with all your sites. This is a powerful tool, you guys. I definitely recommend using it. I'm going to be using it a lot more in the next few months with some of the projects that I'm going to be working on. So I'll be able to show you guys, instead of just telling you, I'm going to be showing you what I'm going to be doing with it, with doing some lead generation. So I'm going to be making content. I'm going to be making videos, doing some of the things that I recommend that you guys do, making a blog. I hope to have some of that good stuff to show you guys in the next few months too. It's a hot market out there. These tools are a great way to attract attention, cut through the noise, reach buyers, and maybe seller leads too, and establish yourself as the dominating agent in a particular area. Okay, no other questions. I'm going to sign off then. You guys go to www.brokernation.events to sign up for the next one. Tomorrow we have Real Estate Friday with Daylon at 1 o'clock. And I think he has a guest on there, but I don't know exactly who. And then we have a new agent orientation. I don't think any of you are new agents on here. We have a new agent orientation in the morning at 10 o'clock. As always, www.brokernation.events for the next events. That's where I always post them. Thanks for joining, guys. Again, any questions on any of your personal websites, reach out to me and I'd be happy to help you guys make the most use of these powerful tools that we're giving you with the technology here. And thank you, Kamal, for joining. And did we say next week, Kamal, we were going to do the SEO, or the week after?
I believe we agreed on October 1st, unless it's
October 1st. I have it in my calendar. I just don't have my calendar in front of me here. But yes, October 1st. I'm going to put that on the calendar to make sure everybody knows about that. I'm really looking forward to that one. Okay, thanks, guys. I'm going to stop sharing my screen here, and we're going to sign off. If anybody has any final questions, comments, or suggestions, please feel free to jump in. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. We'll see you tomorrow at Real Estate Friday at 1 o'clock. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Steve.